Ayumu? After what's happened to her, I was surprised to see Sayoko at school this morning.
You really keep your finger on the pulse of this place.
Of course, silly. I am the editor of the school newspaper. It's my job to know everything about everyone here.
Ever thought of using that book of yours to blackmail teachers?
That is so unethical. Ayumu, I'm surprised. Oh.
Sorry to interrupt.
Hi, Sayoko.
Got some interesting news about our victim. Apparently, Miss Adachi told her heart doctor something about acquiring a large sum of money.
Her heart doctor?
She suffered from a rare heart disease. Seems that anything, even the smallest shock, could cause an intense attack.
Where was the cash coming from? Blackmail, maybe?
Could she have been blackmailing the old man?
Ugh.
I've been told that my memory loss happened after I took a bad fall down some stairs when I was 12 years old. But no matter how I've tried, I've never found a picture of me before I was 12. I don't know what's true. Not that I have anything against my current family. They've been wonderful. It's just...
Strange things have been happening, and it's bringing up questions.
What did you come here to ask me?
What are the Blade Children? Takako said that one day she would tell me about them, but I never got to find out. With her bad heart, she was hardly around. Now she's dead, and I'll never have the chance to ask her again.
Her bad heart?
Right. Got it.
Please, Ayumu, if you know anything about the Blade Children, you have to tell me. It might be the one thing that shows my true past. Without my memory, every single thing in the world is surreal to me. It's like watching myself on TV and not actually living.
Surreal. I feel it too. Why does something feel fake or out of place? There's something missing. That's it. There is something missing. Something very specific. Sounds like the notes of truth are playing.
The killer had an accomplice. Time.
How's that?
He manipulated time and space to cheat our perception of what actually happened in that locked room. The view from the keyhole is very limited. If the perp wanted to stay hidden in that room, there would have been plenty of space for him to do so.
So the killer was still hiding in the room?
Thanks for keeping up, detective. So when Kei and Sayoko leave to go call the police, our perp walked right out of the room. He closed the doors behind him, and here's the tricky part. He used a small thread of some kind to stick through the space in the keyhole and lock the deadbolt from the other side.
That means the killer is...
Raizo Shiranagatani, you are under arrest for murder.
That's quite a brazen conclusion you've come to there, Inspector. There is a slight flaw. Wouldn't the killer need to carry the string with him in order to pull the deadbolt? I don't see this physical evidence anywhere.
You carry it with you all the time. The neck strap on that watch of yours.
Of course. By your deduction, I am, indeed, the killer.
Sweet! A confession!
You losers. He couldn't have done it.
Huh?
I apologize for her bluntness, but she is right. As you can clearly see, I am completely blind.
Possible.
So that is a talking watch around your neck.
Hmm?
Huh?
I saw you wearing it earlier. That's when I figured out you couldn't see.
Butting in again?
If this locked room murder had been pulled off perfectly, then there would have been no clues left behind, and the culprit would have vanished into the darkness of the night. That didn't happen, but a couple of things did that will allow us to uncover the real criminal here. The first of which is...
Oh, it's Ms. Adachi's dying message.
Thank you. The second clue is something that should be among her personal items, but isn't.
Nothing was reported stolen.
That's not what I mean. The victim had a bad heart.
Her medicine, of course.
She had a disease that could rapidly bring on life-threatening cardiac arrest. So why would the medicine to prevent that from happening be missing from her things?
It was removed from her bag before she ever entered that room. That's it. The perp murdered Miss Adachi by causing her to have a heart attack.
Here's how the killer did it. A simple knock made Miss Adachi walk to the door. As she grabbed the key, the killer struck without ever setting foot in the room.
So the killer used a stun gun or something to give her an electric shock. That's why she scrawled the dying message.
I think you're right, but before that, something else had to happen. She would have gone to her purse for her medication, knowing it would be where it always was. But it wasn't there, and she got dizzy. That was when she collapsed. On the way down, she never saw what was coming. Hitting her head on the chair caused severe brain trauma, but didn't kill her immediately. It slowed her system enough for her heart to calm down, as her dying brain had one of its final thoughts. The thought of justice. The thought of a single clue to point at the killer with her last ounce of strength.
Now, hold on just a second there, Sherlock. You're saying anyone could have done it.
At this point in the story, that's true. Like I say, the melody of logic always plays the notes of truth. And of course, points to the guilty party. It stands to reason that if the killer wanted to make a clean getaway, he or she would have tried to slip the medication back with Miss Adachi. But with the new way she died and fresh blood on the floor, the killer couldn't chance leaving evidence behind by charging back to the crime scene. We can now see the killer had to be someone in a position to get back inside the room with a duplicate of that room's key. Someone who could get close enough to Miss Adachi to remove something as personal as medicine. Someone like the housekeeper. I don't know if it was on your boss's orders or what, but you're the only one who could have pulled this off.
Reiko.
Inspector?
Mr. Shiro Nagatani knew nothing about it. I take full responsibility for what happened here. I just hope that all of you can forgive me for my horrible actions.
Why did you do it?
My parents died in a factory accident. For some reason, the town blamed me for their deaths. From there, my life went downhill. And it was Mr. Shiro Nagatani who pulled me from the gutter and gave me my life back. To repay him, I took on the responsibility to protect him and this manor at all costs. Takako kept talking about the Blade Children, a subject that has been tormenting both Sayoko and Mr. Shiro Nagatani for some time. So, to fulfill my duty to protect this house, I could not allow Takako or Sonobe to get away.
Sonobe? Then you mean...
You mean you're the one who attacked Sonobe?
I know what I did is unforgivable, but Sayoko was in grave danger, and something had to be done. It was clear to me that this was the only choice there was.
I still do not know what exactly the Blade Children are, but I can tell you that they seem to be the cause of Sayoko's suffering.
How do you come up with that one?
A decade ago, my daughter left to be with a man. Then, just a few years ago, she returned with Sayoko. I never learned the details, because my daughter died days later from some unknown illness. From that point, I was father to Sayoko. The poor child mumbled things about being cursed. She was always frightened, like she knew ghosts were around every corner. Looking at these recent events, it looks like she's right. Nothing in the world can sadden my heart more. What if Sayoko is a cursed child?
After all that has happened, I still know nothing of my past.
It's still possible that with time, your memory could return to you naturally. But it might not be what you wished for in your dreams.
I don't care. Anything's better than this fake life.
A person sacrificed herself to protect this life of yours. Makes you wonder, if it's so fake, why is it worth sacrificing so much to keep it that way? I'd think about that one for a while if I were you.
Nice work on today's case, Ayumu. You solved that one in no time, and you'll get a huge write-up in the paper because I was there to catch it all!
Each time I ask the question, the mystery seems to deepen. I can't stop myself. At this point, I have to keep asking, what exactly are the Blade Children?